Today we're talking about mold, the biggest issue when it comes to boats. I'm here with Robert from Xanago Marine, and we're talking about the new mold prevention system from Xanago. It's like the biggest issue in the marine industry is mold, whether it's on cushions and bilges, inside cabins. It exists because we're in a wet environment. There's dark places and mold seems to accumulate in all those. So Robert, tell us a little bit about this new mold and prevention system that you guys come out with.
Yeah, no worries. So the Xanago mold and mildew prevention system is really designed because everyone was asking, how do I get mold and mildew off of my seats? And that actually creates another problem, right? Which the means to get mold and mildew off your seats, there's lots of things out there, lots of good products out there. The problem is they're all really harsh.
Sure.
And so what happens is 3 or 4 years down the road, your seams are splitting, your vinyl's degraded, right? It just looks bad. It just gets tore up, right? So we end up taking it in and getting your interior all redone. So when we look at this, we say, hey, let's look and see if we can develop something that is really designed to stop mold and mildew from growing in the first place. And that's exactly what this system does. The system works with an antimicrobial and an applicator that applies the antimicrobial onto the seats in a very uniform manner to make sure that it works effectively every single time. What the antimicrobial does, it enables you to basically cover and protect your seats for up to 90 days.
Okay. And how do you apply the product? You have to use these machines or?
Yeah, you could apply the product with this, which is a normal spray bottle. The problem with that is it's very inconsistent. And you get heavy spots in some areas, you get light spots in other areas, you miss spots just because you don't have a good stream of coverage. These guns are designed specifically to apply this product, meaning that we've designed the molecule size that comes out of this gun to be the proper molecule size to create the best efficacy of this product, and it enables you to cover like paint, right? So when you're painting, you don't miss a spot. When you're painting, you're doing the same thing with this.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing with a spray bottle is you will use 4 times the amount of chemical because you're just spraying way too much chemical.
Sure, and this stuff's not cheap either.
It's not
so you don't want to waste it. So tell us a little bit about each one. I think you've got a corded one and a cordless one.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about both of those.
Yeah, no worries. So corded one obviously is got the restrictions of a cord, right?
Yeah.
But in many instances you have plugs nearby, and the cord is not an issue. And I will tell you that the corded unit is very powerful because we can obviously get more power to the motor, which enables us to be able to
Atomize it
better. And ultimately, it's not about you get about the same atomization out of the gun in regards to the molecule size that's coming out of the gun.
So it's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, except this one will spray a lot further. This one will go spray about 10 feet. This one will spray about 6 feet. The difference between the two is that this enables you to cover faster. Right? So you get your boat done in 5 minutes. Our cordless gives you the benefit of being able to be free of a cord. So if you're going down to the marina often to spray at the marina, if you're going down in areas where you're traveling a lot, where maybe they don't have, you have the ability to use to a cord.
Still seems pretty powerful.
They are definitely corded or cordless. They are the most powerful guns in the industry for sure.
And so is it similar like how it works with a paint gun? You've got a product or a fan here?
Yep, we've got the ability to jog your amount of chemical that's coming through, and then as well you have the ability to adjust your spray pattern. So you can have a wide pattern or you can have a conical pattern.
So which machine do you actually prefer, corded or cordless?
That's a hard question. It really depends on the environment that you're in. But I would tell you that if I had the luxury of being able to plug something in, I would use this particular one over and over and over again before I pulled that one out, simply because the power that you get from this is really good and enables you to do the job faster. That's what it is.
Sure. But you could use this in areas where it might be hard to get pull out the extension cord, get the cord all plugged in, and then you're in like side bilge areas. With this one might be easier with the cord, right?
Absolutely right. Actually, we were just putting a treatment on a 42-foot catamaran, and we went down below two levels of the deck, and we're actually protecting the gunner rails. And so, what do they call gunner rails?
Gunner rails.
Yeah.
What exactly is this solution? Because it's a prevention, it's not a cleaner, right?
Correct. It's not a cleaner. So if we get asked that a lot, will this clean it? It will not clean it. So you clean your boat the way you want to clean your boat. Again, if you have a common chemical or a preferred chemical to remove the mold and mildew, do it. The key here is really about lengthening the life of your interior, lengthening the life of your boat in general, because right, you're not tearing it up with those harsh chemicals.
Sure.
So you protect it with this, and you keep it protected with this, again, up to 90 days. It might be that depending on your environment, how you have it covered up, you might start to see some spots in 60 days, we'll just spray it again. Right?
Sure.
That's it. But the goal of this, the whole design, the science behind it, it's an antimicrobial. An antimicrobial, without getting too sciencey, right? It basically creates what's called a covalent bond with the surface. So if you think about its molecules, they have little tentacles on it, and it sticks to the surface. And its job, once it sticks and stays there, is to do nothing but to stop single-cell organisms from growing. Mold starts as a single spore, all right? And that single spore stops, hits the surface, and where normally it would hit that surface, and you'd have a warm and a moist environment, and it would just start to expand. Everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
Mold grows on your seats like that.
Sure.
Well, in this instance, it lands on that environment and it can't duplicate.
Yeah.
It just simply dies.
And that's huge. I mean, I actually met Robert at Ibex, and I hadn't seen a product like this out on the market anywhere. So I quickly got with him, and we're really excited to kind of be releasing this to you guys. What is the price difference for the corded versus the cordless, and then how much is this per gallon?
Yeah, so you typically, your corded is about $100 difference between the two units, between a cordless and a corded. This is about $85 a gallon.
How many applications? Let's just use like 24-foot bow rider with a bunch of cushions. You know, they've got the most upholstery. Let's use that as an example. How many applications would you get out of a gallon? Just a guess.
Yeah, so you probably would get about 10 applications out of a gallon with a boat of that size.
Yeah.
Typically with that much vinyl, and depending if you're getting into all of the bilge areas and all of those areas like that, you're gonna have between 300 to 400 square feet coverage, and you can typically get up to 6,000 square feet of coverage from 1 gallon. So you'll get quite a few applications from the 1 gallon.
Sure. So does this only come in gallon sizes?
No, it doesn't only come in gallon. Gallon is absolutely our most popular size for sure. But we can actually deliver 55-gallon drums if that's what you are looking to do.
Okay, so we've got this really nice product, this really nice gun to spray it in. Does this actually work?
That's a question we get a lot, and that's fair. And we've spent quite a bit of time both laboratory testing and as well with third-party testing in the field. There's actually a magazine up in the Northeast called Practical Sailors Magazine, and that's all they do is test new boat products in the market. And they compared this formula to 13 other formulas that said they do something similar with mold and mildew, and this one had first choice for 3 years in a row.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it probably blows like some of the products that we
Yeah, and then when it comes down to it,
as far as prevention. Yeah,
it
for
works.
sure. In the future, we're talking about prevention today, but in the future, you guys are working on also a cleaner, which the marine industry really needs that. I mean, there isn't a good cleaner out there. We have some that they're okay, but they're not like drop dead amazing, right? They don't work in every application. So
yeah, our goal is to give you all the tools you need to solve the mold and mildew issue. And so we're working diligently to try and come up with a cleaner that is as effective as the preventer that we've got, and so that you can clean once and then clean in little spots as needed. But the days of our goal is making the days of the mess that we're cleaning up today with mold and mildew in the boat seats, just get rid of it, right?
Sure. I have a question for you, maybe you could answer. Does mold always, like this is being put on an exterior of cushions and canvas or whatever you have inside boats. What is going to actually prevent mold from the inside? Like you've seen that, like cushions molding from the inside. Is that just the end all be all? There's no solution to that, or just superior?
So there's a couple things that are happening in the industry as a whole. Everybody's heard of pinking, right? And pinking's happening, and pinking is actually a bacteria. So there's been a lot of folks in the industry attempting to solve that for a number of years, and they've made some pretty good progress on it. We're talking to a few manufacturers, the seat manufacturers right now, to add this to the process of the seat assembly to help solve that issue as well, at least for the initial part of this.
So this would be put inside the upholstery before it's actually assembled.
Correct. Great. You would then cover the foam, cover the backside of the vinyl, because those are where it's happening in the assembly process. Bacteria is a little different than mold, right? Although they're both single-cell organisms. And so, and again, an antimicrobial design is just simply to stop single-cell organisms from working.
Cool. You can find both of these machines, the cordless and the corded, on our website, Marine Detail Supply Tampa Bay, as well as the product. For right now, we only have it in gallon sizes, but we'll have it in quart and 55-gallon drum for those that are really looking to expand their operation. So there you have it, the new mold prevention system from Xanago Marine. Robert, thank you for coming out.
Thank you,
It's a
Mike.
pleasure. Be on the lookout for some future videos from Xanago Marine. You can follow them at Xanago Marine on Instagram and Xanago Marine on YouTube as well. If you go ahead and subscribe now, we're going to be releasing some future videos with them, just going over how to apply this and how to use this system. As always, if you've got any value out of this, give it a like, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm Michael. Robert, thank you guys for watching.